What's up, guys? Ralph here from A2D Radio. Listen, we're going to do something new today for you guys. We're going to do a little mock draft 1 through 12 up until the Philadelphia Eagles pick of what I think is going to happen Thursday night when the draft really begins. So, like I said, 1 through 12 up into the Eagles pick. But before we do this mock draft, I need you guys to go ahead and like, subscribe to the channel, and also hit that bell in the right hand corner to notify when we upload videos and when we go live for all shows. So Thursday night is the NFL draft. I can't wait. Biggest night in all of sports. We also will be live Thursday night around 7:45, 8 o'clock. So join us. We'll be giving our live reactions to all the 32 picks and including the Philadelphia Eagles. Whether you be jumping for joy or another night of heartbreak for the Philadelphia Eagles. So number one, let's get into it. Number one, Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock, and it's no secret who they're going to take. I mean, this is ever since they got the number one pick. We all know who they're taking. Trevor Lawrence, quarterback for Clemson. Jacksonville finally gets their franchise quarterback. Hopefully they get their guy, and he could be there for 10 to 12 years for them. Hopefully they can build around him as well, and hopefully he's there, like I said, for 10 to 12 years. The New York Jets at number two, no secret of who they're going to take. It's going to be quarterback Zach Wilson from BYU, a guy that can, step outside the pocket and extend plays for them, and a guy that hopefully Jets fans, he is there for almost the same amount of time as Lawrence, 10 to 12 years. You can build around him. He could be your franchise guy moving forward. So now number three is when it gets interesting a little bit. We all know the 49ers jumped from 12 to 3, training with the Miami Dolphins, and we all know why you went up there. You're getting a quarterback. Okay, it's no kept secret either. But which one are they selecting? Are they selecting Mac Jones? Are they selecting Justin Fields? Are they selecting Trey Lance? You hear early on about it was almost a lock. Mac Jones is going number 3. But now as you get closer to the draft, you have people in the front office of the 49ers that are leaning Justin Fields. Some of them are leaning Trey Lance. And then majority of them are still on the Mac Jones, train. In my opinion, I think they still go with their guy all along. And that's going to be Mac Jones, quarterback from Alabama. And who would have thought, right, that Mac Jones would be a top 5 pick, even to start the college football year, because some of them had him, an early second, late first round quarterback, somewhere down to, even a fifth, down to 15 to New England. But now he's jumped all the way up to the top 5 to San Francisco at number 3, and hopefully a guy that can sit behind Jimmy G, or they might trade Jimmy G and throw Mac Jones in there and say, okay, let's see what we got in you. So I think they go Mac Jones. I think there's a possibility they could go Justin Fields, but in my opinion, they go Mac Jones. Number 4, the Atlanta Falcons. Now this is interesting too, because they could also go quarterback too, and I think it might be, tell me if I'm wrong, it might be the first time ever in NFL history that 4 quarterbacks come off the board, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It might be the first time. I might be wrong. Please let me know down in the comments section. So if I'm Atlanta, it's tricky because I can give a weapon like Kyle Pitts, or I can give a weapon, in Kyle Pitts to Matt Ryan, okay? Or I can draft a quarterback, have him sit behind Matt Ryan for a year, right? And if you guys suck, going into week 14, week 15, then, have him play for the rest of the 3 to 4 games, and then dump Matt Ryan off next year, and $20 million comes off the books. What I think the Falcons are going to do is, I don't think they go quarterback. I think they realize that Kyle Pitts could be a game changer at the tight end position, and he could be an All-Pro or a Pro Bowler, whatever you like to say. I think they go Kyle Pitts, and that's who I'm going to give him. Kyle Pitts is an animal. He's a beast. He was amazing at Florida. I think he ran, a 4.4 40 as a tight end, which is insanely good. So I think they give Matt Ryan more weapons to work with, and basically this is a no excuse year for Matt Ryan. Look, you have Julio. If they don't trade him, you have Julio. You have Calvin Ridley, and now you have Kyle Pitts. No excuses for Matt Ryan. Number 5, Cincinnati. Now, they could pair Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase back up together, as we all know that, 2019 college football year where Joe Burrow went off, became the #1 pick last year, as we all know, and they pair him back up, and and they rock with it. Or they could say, hey, we want Joe Burrow here, for as like Lawrence and Wilson, 10 to 12 years, and not have him get hurt and actually have a good offensive line. If I'm the Bengals, and I think what I think is going to happen is, you made an investment last year, the #1 pick for Joe Burrow. You want him to be healthy for the majority of his career, for all of his career. Okay, you can't have that injury again. I'm going to go Penei Sewell, offensive tackle, and get him his bodyguard for the next 10 to 12 years. Penei Sewell, you put on his tape and watch his games. The dude is a monster. And he's going to be great. Great offensive tackle in this league. And he's going to be the bodyguard for Joe Burrow. So number 6 is the Dolphins, is Miami. Now, the funny thing with Miami is, if they stayed at 3, they would have gotten their guy anyway. They backed down to 12 and traded with Philly, and then they moved back up into the top 6. And guess what? They're still going to get their guy. Which is insane, because you would think if they move, they might not get their guy. But at the end of the day, Miami's still going to get their guy. And their guy is Jamar Chase, wide receiver from LSU. Now you gave Tua. Tua's obviously got the tight end in Mike Gesicki. He has Devontae Parker there as well. And now you gave him Jamar Chase. So you're building around Tua. You're giving him more weapons and hoping that Tua can take another step with the weapons around them. Number 7 is Detroit. New coach. We all know they got the new coach. About 2 weeks after they got the new coach, or it may have been a week after they got the new coach, they traded Matt Stafford to the Rams. They got Jared Goff in that trade as well, with a multiple of 2 first-rounders and a third-rounder for Matt Stafford. But listen, Detroit has no wide receivers. None. Okay, Kenny Galladay's gone. Marvin Jones is gone. At number 7, I'm going to give them the number 2 wide receiver on my board, the best route runner in this draft, in my opinion, and that's Devontae Smith, wide receiver from Alabama. Okay, you want to turn just go ahead, turn the national championship game on, turn any Alabama game on from last year, and it seemed like whenever Devontae Smith touched the field, he had about 4 to 5 touchdowns already before the game even started. The kid is an absolutely stud, and like I said, his route running is amazing. And number 8 is Carolina. I don't think they take a quarterback here, but hey, they might shock the world. They need some offensive line help, and there's an offensive tackle out there from Northwestern that's pretty damn good. His name is Rashawn Slater, so that's who they're going to select at number 8, and let Sam Darnold and Teddy Bridgewater battle it out for the starting job in Carolina, in minicamp and training camp. At number 9 is Denver. Now, we all know Denver and their quarterback situation, drafting Paxton Lynch, then they had Drew Lock. Now it seems like they're back to square one with the quarterback. At number 9, I have the Denver Broncos selecting Justin Fields, quarterback from Ohio State. I think Justin Fields can come in to Denver, win the starting job, and he's the starter in week 1. And I think the weapons you have around Justin Fields in Denver, and obviously they already have a good defense as well, could make some noise in the AFC West. At number 10 is the Cowboys. And the Cowboys need corners. And the best corner in the draft, literally, they don't have to move up. They don't have to do anything special to go get him. He falls right to him. And that's going to be Patrick Surtain, cornerback from Alabama. And it seems like everywhere you look, around the league, is whenever you look at a mock draft, for about 2 months now, Patrick Surtain's name has been slotted in that Cowboys position at number 10, and I don't think it's going to change. I think the Cowboys get Patrick Surtain. They pair him up again with his boy Trayvon Diggs. Both of them obviously played together at Alabama, and you pair them up, you let it rock for as many years as you want. At 11, the Giants. Now, they could go corner as well. Okay, they could go wide receiver. They can go out. They could take another offensive tackle to give Daniel Jones more bodyguards on the front line. But what I think they're going to do is they're going to give Daniel Jones another weapon. And that weapon is Jalen Waddle, wide receiver from Alabama, a guy that can take the top off the field. As we've seen, he got, what was it, the semifinal game he got hurt, so he played a couple snaps in the championship game. But he is a great wide receiver. He's a speedster. I think he's going to be very, very good in this league. Now, number 12 is the Eagles. And here we go, right? If you guys been watching the live shows, you guys already know who I want. I'm going to say it now. Michael Parsons is my guy. You need a linebacker. You need a guy that's not afraid to tackle. And, when the running back gets to the second level, can at least tackle the running back and not, let him break off for 50 yards every time he runs the ball. Would be nice. But we all know the Eagles, and I'm ready for heartbreak come Thursday. So we all know the rumors with the Eagles. They're in love. The new rumors is Kwity Paye from Michigan. They're in love with him. They're in love with J.C. Horn. I wouldn't be shocked if Howie goes Paye, at 12 just because he loves his edge rushers. So I'm going to go J.C. Horn, cornerback from South Carolina, a guy that's not afraid to tackle, a guy that would smack you in your mouth as soon as you line up, opposing over the line. A guy that you can pair up with Darius Slay as well. So I think J.C. Horn at 12 is going to be the pick on Thursday night. So let's run it through again on who the selections were. Lawrence at 1, Wilson at 2, Jones at 3, Pitts at 4, Penei Sewell at 5, Chase at 6, Smith at 7, Slater at 8, Fields at 9, Surtain at 10, Waddle at 11, and J.C. Horn at 12. So hopefully you guys like this little mock draft 1 through 12 thing. Hopefully we see you guys in the live chat Thursday night on A2D Radios. We'll be giving, like I said in the beginning of the video, we'll be giving our live reactions to all 32 picks, including the Eagles pick at 12. We'll be live around 7:45, 8 o'clock. So hopefully we guys see you there. And also make sure you guys like, subscribe, and hit that bell in the right-hand corner to notify you when we go live and also upload videos. See you guys Thursday. Peace out, guys.